If you are a beginner and is struggling with the last layer, you have come to the right place. In this video, I'll be teaching you how to solve the last layer. Okay, so the first step to solving the last layer is to make the yellow cross. So there are 4 possible cases which you can get after solving the first and second layer. While solving the yellow cross, you can ignore the corner pieces. So the first case is a yellow dot, which basically means that only the yellow centerpiece is facing up and the yellow edge pieces are not facing up. So the second case has 2 yellow edges facing up in this shape. You can ignore the corners while solving the cross. The third case also has 2 yellow edges facing up and the yellow centerpiece, but they are in a line. And the last case is basically when the cross is solved. So all these cases are in sequential order. For example, from the dot case, if I do an algorithm, it ends up in the second case, which is this. If you do one algorithm, you can solve the entire yellow cross. That algorithm is F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. If you keep repeating that algorithm, you'll eventually solve the yellow cross. So if you get the dot case, do the algorithm once and you'll end up getting this case. So once you're at this case, do U2, so keep this shape at the back and do the algorithm again. Then you'll get the line and you do the algorithm one more time and your yellow cross is solved. Okay, the next step to solving the cube is to match the centers with the color. For example, this blue, blue, orange, orange, green, green, red, red. All the edges should be matched with their centers. So once you're done with the cross, find 2 edge pairs that match with the center. In this, red, red match, but the other 3 don't. So rotate the top layer once and now check. Green, green matches, orange, orange matches. So if you get this case, put one of them at the back and one at the left and do this algorithm. R, U2, R prime, U prime, R, U prime, R prime. And now rotate the top layer. And now you can see that all the edges are matched. And sometimes you might also get cases where the edges are opposite. So in this case, even if you rotate, they'll still be opposite. So what you should do is keep both of them in towards your right and left and do the algorithm. And then turn it. And now these both are matched and just keep this at the back, this in the left and do the algorithm again. Now that all your edges match, it's time for you to solve the yellow side. So, in order to solve the yellow, you need to twist these pieces. But in cubing, that is not allowed. So instead, keep the yellow facing the bottom and white facing the top. And find any yellow corner piece in the bottom layer, but which is not facing the yellow side. So for example, this and this. So you keep one of them in the bottom right corner and do the algorithm R, U, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, U prime. Do it until it fits in the slot. Again, R, U, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, U prime. Now that all of them fit, make sure the edges match again. And the last step is to put these corner pieces in their right place. So first, let's take this. So this is orange and blue. So you take this out by doing R, U, R prime, U prime. So orange and blue has to go here. So move the bottom layer so that this can be replaced with this. and do the algorithm again. Now that is replaced, move it back. This is red and green. Red and green has to come here. So move the bottom layer and do the algorithm again. Move it back. And now this is the only piece left. So keep doing the algorithm again. And done. Your cube is solved. You have officially learned how to solve a cube using the beginner's method. Here's an example solve. The first step is to solve the daisy. Then match the edges. So this is a red and green pair. Corner piece. I'll insert it in its place and do the same for the other colors. 𝗧𝗲𝗺. So this blue and orange, it has to come here. So move it away, match them and insert. Same for red and blue. The last one, red and green. Then the yellow cross, F, 𝗧𝗲𝗺, F prime. Then match the edges. Then solve the yellow corner, solving the yellow side. And after that, insert each of the corner in its right place. So fast will somewhat look like this. If you still haven't learned how to solve the first and second layer, be sure to click the video here.